Hola, buenos dias. Hello, this is Andrew Weston, residing in the matrix in the grid systems through the energy cycles through all divisional levels of activation codes and through its all frequency levels. It's continuous forces high rising right now, so I'm going to do an illustration and diagrams of what's going on through its activation through the matrix centers. Matrix centers are illuminations of lights through shapes. So remember I was telling you about the illumination when you look up at the ceiling and it's sky rising through its interference, everything through its connection and its colorations, how it multiples, and you can change its colorations through its activation codes. It's fascinating stuff, it really is. So I'd like to thank all the subscribers and viewers and all the new viewers, anybody that's watching my YouTube channel, as I keep you informed on what's going on through the matrix and the grid systems. I hope everybody's doing well. I just woke up this morning, I feel pretty good. Cloud formations are centering right now around its cycles, and the cycles they're high rising right now, but the colorations are changing from its activations, and everything through its activation is code frequencies. So it's extremely bright today in the galactic system. And one thing I wanted to mention is that when you're in the altitude of oxygen of space continuum, it depends, like if you go through a higher speed of its velocity situations and everything through its calculations, you have to understand speed intervention. Speed intervention is getting to know the inside and outside of your velocity of the accelerations. And accelerations are very, very powerful because, with space, it's dark, obviously, right? But there is very little light up in space continuum. So you have to understand in each planet solar system has its own activation through illumination. So that's what I mean by activation codes when you're going through the matrix. The matrix is a wall center and everything through its connection of its energy center. When I was telling you about the energy core, how it is flotation 2, well, that's what it is. It's activation codes through frequency levels through their harmonic systems. And all those vibrations go through shapes, okay? So I'll show you, I'm going to do a little diagram here and show you what's going on in the matrix and the grid systems and how to activate everything through its cycles. So basically, let's start off with just a square, okay, and you have another square, okay, and so this is kind of like going up in steps. So basically, you're already having a structure of a wall, okay. Basically, that's what it is. And this is understanding everything that's going on through the mix because it gets complicated, okay? And that's how we form shapes into letters, like with the H, like I was telling you before, okay? Because everything is coloration. So there's the reason why we have big blocks of squares, medium, and then small. So each one has an activation code through illumination. So we change that through the redness, okay? So I'm just going to do a quick diagram and show you, okay, and how everything is outlined through its activation codes, okay. Now this is going to be a little bit more complicated. Morning, how you doing? Seems like you're taking fascination of what's going on through the matrix and the grid systems. It's pretty incredible that, because I saw you this morning, so it's good to see you again. I'm just doing outline formations right now of illuminations through activation codes through the matrix and its centers. So I'm just showing you how it goes from large to medium to small. You have to understand everything through its cycles, everything through its divisional levels, everything through its subdividing, everything through its harmonic systems, okay? So it's pretty amazing when you do stuff like this because this shows you the true essence of what's going on in the matrix grid systems. So you start off with the red, okay? See how it goes from large to medium to small. These are the activation codes through the matrix and the systems. The square recognition right now is illuminating, okay, which is the red, okay, which is activation. Now to change anything through vibration, okay, goes through yellow. Okay, so that goes in the inside. So everything through its communication lines in the matrix is always in the inside, okay, and it formulates, okay, from the outside. That's how communication lines are connected, okay, through shapes, numbers, and letters. So it's getting complicated as you're going into the matrix systems. And like I said, my information is given to me on a day-to-day basis of what's happening with the matrix and its core. Okay, so I have a wall graphing surface, which is electronic defense, which is an energy defense system. So we got the red and now we got the yellow. So now it's on a different accumulation of understanding vibration. Okay, see the yellow inside? Okay. So it's sign-wise and all divisional levels. Okay, it changes its fractions, and those fractions are going through its energy cycles. So, and then we go from the green. The green is always the outer layer. That's the high rising through its electronic interference. And the electronic interference, okay, is always the outer layer. Okay, but it's on a continuous force. Okay, and what it does is it illuminates its communication levels. Okay, that's what it is. That's electronic interference. So it's kind of like this. Okay, it's got layers and layers of defense through security defense. Okay, now understanding everything through its activation, you know, I can also add blue too. Blue's good. Blue's another communication line. So every time it changes its coloration, it's communicating on a different level of vibration. Okay, that's what it is. That's all it is. But once you're in the grain, once you're in the system of the matrix, you get a better understanding of everything on its communication lines through its harmonic systems. Because it high rises in so many different vibes of vibration through the energy fields. And that's the energy field through its communication. There's electronic interference. There's the energy cycles, right? So now, as you see, it gets smaller. It changes its communication level. Okay, so it's kind of like it's talking back at me, right, through communication. It's pretty fascinating stuff because it started off with squares, right? But understanding how to change the activation codes of the matrix, you see it differently. See, it was squares, but see that? See what's happening? It's changing its communication levels of waving signals. See that? It's fascinating stuff. So you have communication lines of waving signals, communication lines of waving signals, communication lines of waving signals, and everything through its defense, through its line defense, is its connection wave patterns. Okay, so I'm just showing you what happens when it changes its communication levels of vibrational signals through the harmonic system. Okay, so that's what it is. See how it's changing its block reference? It's on its communication lines, but it's changing its shape. See how it starts off with squares? You got the large, medium, and small. You change the coloration. Every time you change the coloration, you're communicating on a higher level of frequencies. Okay? And remember, everything through its outer layer is this electronic defense. Okay? It has to have that protection grid because that's how it communicates on all levels through the vibration of harmonic signals. Okay, so it's like that. Okay, that's electronic interference through communication waves of waving patterns, and it's changing its shapes of all vibrations. So it's communicating on a higher level. That's what's happening. So I just thought I'd show you when you're in the matrix system how it changes everything to its anomalies. And once you understand its systems, everything through its mainframe is changing its communication levels. So that's the outer graph of the inner graph of the solar graph through the communication graphs of everything through its electronic interference and everything through its connection of its vibration through their harmonic systems. So basically, that's what it is. That's how you communicate on all levels of shapes, how they line, divide, and change their outer surface through the inner surface. Okay? So every time they communicate, they change different coloration. Okay? And they change the activation codes to a higher frequency. Okay? So that's what it is. Yeah, I'm glad you understand because it's complicated. A lot of people are trying to understand. I'm the only reference in the matrix grid systems are through the energy core. So I understand communication, mastering everything through its vibration and harmonic systems. So that's why, I go north wind, south wind, east wind, and west wind, because my traveling mechanisms are on so many communication lines of radio signals, and everything through its harmonic system changes its matrix and its colorations. So I just wanted to show you what goes on with the matrix and its activation codes through its centers. It's incredible once you're in the center of everything, right? Once you reach the harmonic systems of the matrix and its core, it's an incredible thing because it high rises in so many different levels of atmospheres, through hemispheres, through stratospheres. And it changes everything too, because not everything else changes, but all its galaxy system changes its activation codes and colorations. And the matrix has its own communication line of radio signals, and those radio signals changes through its colorations of communication. So, but it's fascinating. It really is. It really is. It's really exciting too, because there's so much to know in the matrix. Through it has its own electric defense systems, and everything through its kinetic energy systems. And your perception changes every time you're on a communication level through its activation, which means that every day my perception changed through the meditation methods. And every time I high rise through a strand of matrix and its grid systems, it's changing its circuitry systems of the body and ego systems. So my perception changes colorations every day on communication levels. Sometimes it's green, sometimes it's red, sometimes it's blue. Mostly if it's red, it's radioactive, and that's basically when I'm skywinding forces through the galaxy systems. So it's kind of like radar through planets and solar systems of other intelligence. And I use infrared, right? My perceptions change and they scan other planets, okay? Because everything through the matrix has its own scanning mechanisms, right? And you're scanning line formations, you're scanning vibration, you're scanning harmonic systems, because they're all different communication lines, right? So that's why it's getting more complicated now. So every time you high rise in a different level of communication through coloration, you're changing the waving patterns of its communication levels. Okay, and that's what it is. Shapes. See, it's turned into different kind of shapes. That's how you communicate with the matrix and its grid systems, through its activation codes. So it's fascinating stuff, eh? It really is. So I just wanted to show you that and what goes on in the matrix and its activation systems. So but yeah, there is definitely activation upgrades, and you experience a lot more, especially when you're in the energy core through its electronic interference. Once you understand interference, but you really have to understand your energy fields. Okay? because everything through its energy fields is communication waving patterns. And everything is connected through space continuum. And that's how you communicate with plants, intelligence, and solar systems. And the matrix is formulating so many activation codes on a day-to-day basis through its waving patterns. And the radio signals are high winding its force through so many harmonic systems. Because those harmonic systems are changing allocations to new locations of numbers, shapes, and letters. And those DNA structures are formed into something amazing. It's incredible force that you see. So, and like I said, it either turns infrared, or it turns blue, or it turns green. It depends on the communication level of its activation. Everything does have a foundation point, but it's just trying to get communicative answers and trying to understand everything through its radio signals. And like I said, once you're in the circuitry systems, it's like being in a self-center of a propriety of something that is new to its energy source. Okay? So to get to that energy source, you have to understand its communication of radio signals, because that's all vibration, and that's what it resides on through the harmonic systems. But the harmonic system changes colorations every single day through your perception. Okay? And that's how you change activation codes. Because once they're listening to you, you're listening to them through the audio signals. And all communication waves are the voicing grids. And everything through the eye perception. And your speeds, the velocity of its systems. So it's understanding speed, transformation, communication, high intolerance, oxidation, everything through its plantation of vibrational levels of signals, because everything is on a communication signal, right? But like I said, it's getting more complicated. But yeah, it is kind of hard to have a stable foundation point. And, you know, the matrix is something else, because it's nothing but shapes and numbers and letters. And once you put that all together, everything through its formation changes its harmonic systems of all radio signals. So, hey, Nico, how you doing? How's it going? Yeah, whatever you missed, you can, watch back. So it's good to do live because, you can review what's happening through the matrix and its activation systems, how it's changing its line formation and everything through its strands, everything through, its DNA structures, how it formulates into structures of virtual reality of its buildings, and how you use illumination through communication, because once you communicate with the ceiling and the ceiling's communicating back with you, you can change that coloration through multiplications. Multiplications is changing divisional lines of, ceilings, of retrospects, of blocks, shapes, and you can sidewind change those through your perception, because once your perception is in a dimensional set, you can change that to another dimension of its coloration, of its vibration signals. It's fascinating stuff once you understand its illumination through coloration. So, Angel Fist, how you doing? May of Gold. Yeah, it does have a lot to do with latitude, longitude, ratios, proportions, and all that. So it's kind of mathematical equations, and you have to get more formulated with the matrix and its shape systems, because everything line divides, everything subdivides, okay, everything through mass and volumes, calibration. This is like putting everything together through communication lines of radio signals, coloration, and everything through its harmonic systems. Okay? Our harmonic system, okay, is a graphing system. Okay? It's a location grid that formulates its DNA structures of its virtual reality of shapes. So, understanding vibration through your energy fields, you understand the matrix and its core centers. Elevations are multiplied latitudes. There are high winning forces in northern, western, southern, and eastern hemispheres through the stratospheres and everything through its connection of its hemispheres. This is where you have to know your altitudes of your traveling mechanisms. This is where the locations come in through all electronic interference. So I experienced that this turning, coding, etc. sometimes runs on autopilot for me, by me and more, and moves in gates. And so, yeah, so you're going through portals of gates and all that. So that's getting to know your vibrational signals through its communication of radio signals. Once you get connected with all those in your energy fields, yes, you see portals and you go through gates. You are in an autopilot, but you have to understand your vibration. You really do. And like I said, try to listen to your heart. If you can listen to your heart, you can listen to your vibration. Okay? Everything is created through its own path. And once you understand its communication of astral projection, of astral realms, anything through its angel realms, anything through its subdividing realms, anything through its ground formation realms, you get full connection waves of your personal stargates. Right? You create your own reality. The reality up there in space continuum is already there. Okay? It's already there. Everybody has a mission through their meditation. Now, the acceptance comes from your communication levels of the matrix. And everything through its cycles will let you know exactly what's happening through its energy fields, because it has full connection waves through its atmospheres. And that's how you get in contact with the matrix and its grid systems. That's how you get in contact with its information of its shapes, numbers, and letters. Because everything formulates around vibration signals of movements. And those code frequencies are changing through the matrix grids every single day. So, oh yeah? Black Dragon? Oh, is that from a cloud formation through its electronic interference? Or do you see a backdrop of a black dragon in front of you? Sometimes when you meditate, it depending on your positive thoughts, something will come in your mind through the inner and outer soul. So you get dragons, or you get tigers, or you get lions, anything through its nature's core, the yin and the yang. So spirit singing wheels on the bus. That's kind of funny. Yeah, everything cycles through its divisions, and everything goes in a rotation of its circulation. But understanding its true nature's core through the spiritual reality, because it has its own line formation of all communication lines. So, but other than that, how's everybody doing? Are you formulating with your cycle divisions? Are you uprising your chakra formations? Are you mastering your inner and outer thoughts? Your inner and outer child? I do like reviews, because this helps out a lot more with its videos. Because now I'm in the matrix and it's getting more complex through the energy core. Everything through its energy systems of its matrix and its grid systems, everything through its electronic interference, everything through its circuitry electronic systems, everything through the brain and the mind frequency systems. So it's full connection waves through the computer systems. So, oh, good. Ah, kind of want to see that. Yeah. Well, you can describe that for me, you know. You enjoyed my drawings. That's great. If you're doodling and you're getting some information through your energy fields, through your energy cycles, everything through its energy of its information and everything through its data and inputs and outputs, then yeah, you're getting full collaboration through relationship. So the only way you know if you're mastering things is if you have partnership with other intelligence, planets, and solar systems. That's the only way you can have harmonic systems of vibration. Okay? So lots of circles and triangles over each other. Yeah. Well, I did something similar to that today as I was talking about Matrix and the grid system, how it's changing its activation codes. Now you can watch back of what's going on right now through its electronic interference of all communication of coloration. So, yep. That's yeah, something similar what I drew. It should be coming a lot together more. Understanding when you go through that meditation, you go higher and higher through its defense levels. Because everything has its defense of its security defense. Tons of number codes also. Okay, so Amanda, how you doing? Hold on, Amanda. I'm just getting back to Angel Fish's question. So, Angel, do you know exactly what the grid lines, why you're seeing these grid lines? Why are you seeing number codes? Do you understand your information? That's what I'm trying to get to everybody. Do you understand the energy of its information? That's where I want everybody to understand what's going on. Seeing and knowing are two different things. Okay. Yes, can see them with my eyes when we are looking our world outside. Okay, but what does it mean to you? What does the grid lines mean to you? Because it's all communication. Because the grid lines knows exactly what's communication levels you're on. So it's communicating with you. But do you understand its grid lines? Okay, a little bit more. You got to be, specific markers, like a battleship. Okay. So you're going through a past reference to the matrix grid systems, right? And all communication lines of colorations and everything through its radio signals is changing its shapes and line dividing through its electronic interference and creating a battleship. That's what it is. Colored in pink, blue, and purple makes us feel one with it. Yeah, it's all communication. You feel grounded, which is great. Okay, Amanda. Yep, that's right. Grid lines are another form of electronic interference. That's correct. Chalk 1 for Amanda. Thumbs up. Good for you. Yeah. So you guys are not anticipating with your questions anymore. You're starting to understand your questions and answering them, which is great. So that's good. So you're learning. You're getting more intelligent through its knowledge. That's great to hear. Now you're saying you're from the galactic solar sun planet. How do you figure you're from the galactic solar sun planet? I like to complicate things with you guys because it's great to know that you're saying you're from this place, but I want to know why. Say it in detail. How do you know you're from the galactic solar sun? Yeah, isn't that a movie? Wrinkle in Time? I'm pretty sure that's a movie. Oh, it's a book. I think it's also a movie too. I think it's a Hollywood movie, if I remember. Michelle Pfeiffer's in that, and I think Oprah Winfrey. I'm pretty sure. Wrinkle in Time. Yeah. I haven't seen it. Fantasy fiction. So, but Angel, you're pretty on, with what you're talking about. It is, but we read book when we were 9. Oh, well, yeah, okay. That's a long, long time ago. When I went into meditation, I asked myself and saw it through the matrix continuum, virtual reality into this spatial atmospheres beyond time. Okay. So you went into meditation, you ask myself and saw. So you were communicating with space continuum and you were trying to allocate your locations through your planet solar systems through all interference of its harmonic systems. No accidents. Spirit says it all. Matters even if little things are clues. That's true. That's true. So your communication lines through your grid systems are changing right now. So that's great. It's always good to have past reference of dreams because a lot of people like to dream. And you have these, just to keep yourself alert. And you come up with these things, these phrases or memories of, I saw this, I saw that, So it's good to, wake up to that sometimes and remember these things. So, and sometimes it's a good feeling because you get great vibrations through your energy fields and your energy cycles through the body and ego systems. So it's really good. But yeah, Amanda, so you're saying that I'm from the galactic solar sun planet. You know, the planet, right, itself is a star system. Okay. Skies are busy around us. See intense forms in sky. Everything through its transformation, through its electronic interference, is changing everything through its hemispheres of its stratospheres. Okay. And that's what I mean. They come in threes now. Because when you're in the matrix system, you're changing activation of shapes, letters, and numbers. And that's why you're seeing different colorations and everything through its interference. Like when I look at the cloud right now, okay, you should tell right away what dimension you're in through your vibration. And that's what I mean by understanding your energy cycles through your energy fields through the body and ego systems. Okay. So it's very important to understand your fields. And everything through its cloud formation right now is on communication waving lines. And it's changing its waving patterns through northern, western, eastern, and southern hemispheres. But the stratospheres are changing the matrix and its grid systems on its activation codes. So it's a lot of stuff going on right now through the matrix. And it has a lot to do with their body and ego systems. Okay, it's not just the stratospheres and hemispheres and atmospheres. It's everything through our body systems. Because we have full connection waves of vibrations that connect with us throughout its multiverse. So, yep, your bodies get signals. Well, they should balance out. They should be on full communication waving patterns. They all should be connected. Remember I was saying you have point systems? This is a point system. This is the biggest one. Communication, energy, waving, dimensional, sacred, universal heart. That is the biggest thing through its vibration. Okay? And everything connects through the mind and the brain, through the audio and the voicing grids. And then you have the dimensional set perceptions that are changing its waving patterns on an everyday basis through the body systems, right? But it's understanding equilibrium through its balance. Once you get your balance, everything connects, full winds. So, but Amanda, you're not from the galactic solar sun planet star system. Nobody's from the galactic star systems, okay? It's the highest accumulation of gamma ray system through its radioactive, of its communication of its harmonic systems. You can reside from it, but you can't be it, okay? So there's a huge difference on communication of its description, all right? You're on the other side of the systems, okay? You're in a planet system of, like I said, it's matrix system, okay? You have informative information, and you're high winning your cycles through divisional levels. So your body systems are coming into the harmonic system of its planet system. Because once you're in the matrix, everything through, there's so many different planets in the solar system. It has so many different vibrations because they have low, medium, and high, right? But you have to understand every planet system is on a different dimension, okay? And I think I talked too about my video when you go from fourth dimension, fifth dimension, eighth dimension, right? That's where you have to switch its allocation through its audio grids, understand its communication levels of its radio signals. Because you can platitude and use your traveling mechanism to the fifth dimension and then sidewind your sections over to the other side where it's eighth dimension. And then you go to the 15th dimension, okay? So that's what I mean by understanding its communication levels of radio signals. Trisha, how you doing? How's it going? It's good to see everybody back. We are a bit stubborn, spine have to be hit in face. I guess connecting, we are still trying to kick the stronghold of past programs. That's exactly what it is. And like I said, you're going through that portal. And it's a 10-day section where it's changing everything through your virus and completing your souls through its cleansing. And once you get through that, you're going to be able to high wind your four systems to the north and south, northern, southern, eastern, and western hemispheres of its atmospheres to its stratospheres. Once you get into stratospheres, you're in the matrix systems, okay? Because it's full connection rotation. It's going extremely fast. It's like Superman going around the earth. You know, the dimensional earth, he's Superman. He's going. What was he doing when that was happening, right? He was trying to reverse time, put everything back, right? And to do that, you have to go faster than light speed. So it was pretty amazing what was happening through its, you know, the graphene center of everything through its digital. That's why I found it fascinating. And then you're seeing everything going back. Okay? That's what's happening with us. Everything that was past references is going back. Okay? Through its rotation of its solar systems. So once that virus is gone, everything through its full rotation goes back to the present. Okay? Because you don't live in the past. You're just basically, you're getting over everything and you're changing your body and DNA structures on a day-to-day basis through its volumes of its viruses. Okay? So getting full connection waves with your body systems is changing everything through its communication of its vibrational signals. So, what about the solar plex It's like the second brain that has a lot to do with the body systems and formulation. Okay, this is where you have to master your chakra formations. Everybody know what the solar plex system is, right? It changes its vibration when you're in the matrix core system. Okay, I can tell you so many ways of what the solar plex chakra formation is. It's your power center. It's a connection center. It's a vibration center. It's the matrix center. Okay, it's connected everything through its power force. It's connection through its confidence, awareness, courage, and everything through its cycles. Okay, because every chakra formation has a different cycle, but it's understanding its communication of its radio signal. So, but everything through its connection of its chakra formations, you got line dividing of 7, line dividing of 12. Okay, and it just goes up and up and up, right? So everything gets connected through the mind and the brain frequencies of its connection through the subconscious to the conscious. So that's how it connects through its communications. Angel Fist. We have parallel travelers. Are we one? Everybody someday or rather has been gone through a parallel. Okay. A parallel is a defense mechanism where you set your limits. Okay. You're inside that parallel. Okay, it's two phrasing of a block formation. Okay, that block formation is a communication line, but it makes you stay there. Okay, that's what it is by getting stuck, a parallel. Okay, but when it comes to the solar system, basically we use that through its gravitation. So we uprise its centers and we put it in a location and we leave it for communication signals. Okay, but everybody has been through a parallel. Yeah, but we're not one. Because if we stayed in a parallel, we'd be in a different dimension. And that's where, it comes into worm circles. It comes into black holes. It comes into black surfaces. It comes into black interface, interaction, black reaction, everything through its black negative source, everything through its black vibration source, everything through its black vibrational signals, through its communication of radio signals. Because black vibrational signals can be connected through radio signals too. And you can create your own, right? Black is not a color, no. Black is black. Well, what I mean is that a parallel, okay, like I said, it sets divisional levels of your body systems, okay? So basically, it's like being like this and you can't move. It's like wall to wall. That's what a parallel is. It's two different dimensional realms of its centers. Okay? That's what it is. So it sidewinds your brain to the right and left. And understand, are you going to go to left or are you going to go to the right? Okay? Now, if you go to the left, you're obviously going to the black, which is the negative. If you go to the right, you're moving forward. Okay? Everything through its process is going through its communication of its radio signal. Okay, so you want to high wind your force systems and go up further and further and further. The higher you go, the more you communicate with its intelligence. Okay, and you get true knowledge of your traveling mechanisms and know exactly how to communicate with all different vibrations through planets, intelligence, solar systems. You don't want to get stuck in those parallels. Okay, you want to move forward. So in reference, in human point of view, you want to break down that wall. That's what you want to do. You want to break down that parallel wall, okay? Because a parallel is defining of its different dimension of a paradox, okay? Now, a paradox is a time switch. It's like a solar shift, paradigm shift, everything through its connection of its axles, okay? Because gravity of its centers is connection waves through everything to the galaxy systems. And the galaxy system's always changing its vibration through particles and energies of atoms and molecules. It is so powerful system. The detoxification air of its volumes is vacuuming everything through its cycles. And that's how it changes its coloration through its communication of radio signals, of everything through the matrix grids, harmonic systems, and its lights. Okay, because lights are the high winding force. And that's what you want to do, is to bring yourself forward, right? And not back. So that's the understanding of parallels. Yeah. First, we have to clear your chakras out to master them and embody your light to be able to master. Exactly. You want an embodiment of light. That's exactly what Trisha, everybody understand what Trisha is saying. She's very formative of what's going on. You're trying to bring your light formations to embodiment. Embodiment is fulfilling everything through its activity. Okay? Understanding everything about the higher self, understanding everything about the inner and outer child, understanding everything about its chakra formation, understanding everything and its mastery of who you are and who you are becoming. Okay? That's how you move forward. So, but that's exactly what it is. It's cleansing every single time in the body systems. You have to understand everything through the systems, and that's how you get full connection waves, okay? That's how you break down these wall surfaces, because you are connected through space continuum. Everything through the accumulation of its mind and brain frequencies is opening all frequency levels, through the parallels, through the paradoxes, through other dimensions, through wormholes, through black holes. There's center black holes, okay, that are created. You create your own negativity. You create your own positivity. Okay? That's what everybody has to know through their mastering of thoughts. Yeah. So hopefully that understands a little bit more through its transformation and manifestation. Everybody has to understand what transformation and manifestation is. You know, you're communicating on a higher level of a higher force, through a connection force, through an energy force, through a galactic force, through a matrix force. Okay? We understand little, we feel mostly, trust in spirit, and try not to get way of higher self. Higher self will communicate with you on so many different levels. It will tell you exactly what to do on a day-to-day basis. It's a higher form of your higher self. It's a communication waving, energy cycle, solar connect, high light formation through all communication of radio signals. The speed and velocity. So once you high wind your surfaces and know your atmospheres, know your hemispheres, and know your stratospheres, then you're on the way to success, okay? To mastering your chakra formations. It's going way beyond its existence. It's going way beyond the inner and outer. It's going way beyond the mastering. It's going way beyond everything. So understanding communication is understanding everything through its energy source, through its energy force. Once you have the force systems in you, whoa, your power centers are going to be so powerful with, you know, everything through its thoughts recognition. And the positivity levels are going to high wind all four systems through all your trapping mechanisms of its communication, the planet, solar systems, and intelligence. So, but everybody's doing exceptionally well, and you guys are moving up, you know, which is great. You're communicating higher and higher every day. And you're going to ask yourself, am I moving forward or am I moving backwards? You know, you shouldn't have to answer that question. If you're answering that question, you're not meditating right. Okay? Now, I've shown you the easy way and the basic way how to use your breathing mechanisms, how to communicate through your meditation, how to understand everything through its chakra formations. Know your 7 divisional lines, know your 12 divisional lines. Okay? Once you get that, then you can enhance everything. And don't forget, too, you can upgrade your systems yourself just by your own communication of your radio signals. Okay? So that's what I mean by communication levels of higher interreference, interference, interaction, interreaction, interfacing, and interconception. Okay? So everything through its kinetic energy force is systems. Okay, everybody knows that now because you guys are light formations going through its solar summer harmonic. But when you're in the galactic system, things will become a lot more easier through communication of radio signals. Then you won't have to ask, what is a chakra formation? I already mastered that. What are my mastering thoughts? I already mastered that. What is my energy? I already mastered that. What is my vibration? I already mastered that. What is my energy fields? What are my energy cycles? I master. Okay? And it feels really good when you start mastering things. I'm not just talking about knowing. That's what I mean by going way beyond. I'm talking about understanding the mastering of your body and ego systems and what you need to do, okay, to go through these atmospheres, through the hemispheres and stratospheres. To high wind your forces to an acceleration of speed like you never thought you could accumulate. Because when you're in the matrix grid system, the vibration is unreal. It is so high through the harmonic systems. You get answers to everything. And that's why I'm giving you information back, because I've mastered everything. And everything comes in time sequence. But like I said, try to understand information through energy. Now, you probably get that on a lot of channels. I was watching a TV show called Heal. And it was pretty fascinating. The people are going through a lot of diseases and how do I heal myself? How do I heal my body? It's understanding energy. Understanding energy of information, you can master everything through your body and ego systems. Quickly and fast. Fast and quickly. That's what you want. You deteriorate yourself by your negativity. You master yourself through your positivity. So don't deteriorate yourself. Don't put yourself down. You put yourself down, that's negative. You bring yourself up, that's positive. Energy. Energy is everything through its vibration. That's the best way I can give you an example. But this, TV show, it was pretty informative. It's pretty exciting. There's a lot of healers, a lot of transition healers, a lot of Reiki healers. Everybody's put on this planet, dimensional planet, to help. Okay? And that's what you guys are going to end up doing, is helping each other and helping everybody else. Because that's what we want to do, right? We want to cleanse the dimensional earth. We want to bring back that vibration of godliness, cleanliness, harmonious, through the connection of the waving energy, dimensional matrix, sacred, electronic, universal heart. So sometimes I get emotional and some days I get more informal, but it's good to know that you're picking up this information quicker and faster. And once you get past the understanding and once you get into the knowing, you become into the mastering. Okay? Now, I think everybody's getting a better knowledge of what's happening through the mastery of everything. And that's how you get information. And that's how you get your answers and what you want. Because nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody's going to hold your hand. Nobody. Yes, they may help you out, but are they giving you right information or are they giving you wrong information? It's up to you to decide. And the only way you're going to get that is through meditation. And that energy field, through your energy cycles, through your data and inputs of its energy information, is going to help you every single day. And that's how you heal yourself, through in and out of its body systems. So yeah, we understand a little. Feel okay. You got that. Top of the ears are burning. Cheeks are hot too. Migraine. Ears are ringing. Yeah, I'm changing my voicing grids right now, so you guys might feel some kind of fluctuation through your body systems of its brainwaving systems. Remember, my circuitry systems go up and down, right? So if I raise my voicing grids, it's all communication levels of radio signals. So it goes through this electronic interference of its electronic energy system of its hand systems. Okay. So that's what I mean by understanding the body systems. Yep, the 9919 portal. Yeah, timeline shift and dimensional changes. Son playing game, and I just said to him, it's not a race, just got to get there. And it's exactly it. Yeah. Don't try to race your cycles and go up higher and higher and higher. Understand its information before you go higher and higher and higher. You can't go up to speed continuing extremely fast and not know what you're doing. You have to master your levels through communication of its vibration. That's the only way you get to go where you need to go. So I found words, thoughts are the key to mixing forward. Keep your vibration high. Listen to cleansing vibration music. Choosing who and where you allow your energy to flow. See, Trisha's getting very formative now. She's understanding everything through her body and ego systems. So she's connecting through its atmospheres now, fully and completely. That's what I'm saying, everybody. You guys are getting more intelligent, more knowledgeable with your questions, and that's what we want. We want your enhancements. We want your advancements. We want you to make you more intelligent, more knowledgeable through its information, of its energy. And that's how you get full collaboration through partnership of communication of harmonic signals, of its radio signals, through the mind and the brain of its mind frequencies. Because everything is mind framing. And everything has connection waving patterns. So, but that's exactly what it is. It's energy to flow. Everything has to flow. And it always goes on a continuous force. Always. So. Four rules. One, safety. Yeah, you can have rules. Understand your meditations. Understand your breathing mechanisms. Never close your stances. Always open communication. And try to get more connected with your hand formations. Okay, because those are the most important. Because everything you touch, you go outside. I don't touch anything first. I always use my hands because it's energy, right? And what you understand is communication of its radio signals through its electronic interference. It's going to communicate with either way, especially when you're in the spiritualism. Okay? Because the nature knows what's happening. Okay? It's communicating with you. Ground formations knows what's happening. Atmospheres, cloud formations, space continuum, galactic system, major core. That's what I mean by interference of communication. Okay? Communication. Okay? Communication. Everything can be a guideline, but it all depends on your meditation methods. You yourself know you can use those as guidelines and bring yourself forward. You can use them as rules, or you can just use them as definitions, or you can use them as mastery. As long as you get there through its time sequence. That's what it's all about, right? So. But yeah, today's a good day. You know, there's a lot going on. I gave you information that's happening through its references of illustrations and diagrams and all that. I do that because now I live in the matrix system. The information is extremely informative, you know, and it just live formates everything. But it's a beautiful thing when you see all the colorations and a communication of harmonic signals. It's the most powerful thing you can have, knowing that everything resides around vibration. So really, really try to understand your energy information. It's not really a weight process. It's more of an understanding process. It's understanding, listening, and communicating. It's understanding information through its energy. That's what it is. Okay? Because I've been meditating for a very long time. And once you meditate, you get the ins and outs of everything. And everything around you. Right? So, like I said, it's just everything comes in time sequence. And patience, virtual patience, you know, perseverance, never give up, always keep going. Don't allow yourself to deplete yourself. Don't disengage your systems. Don't have discernments. Don't be dissatisfied. Don't be depressed. How many D's is that? Right? And every time you talk with its negative vibration, it goes down, down, down. Okay? And it formulates through its bad vibration, and it goes around in cycles, and it creates its own negative wire through its black realm. Okay? But every time you activate yourself and you bring yourself up through the unconditional love, the energy vibration just brings you up, and it illuminates everything through your body and energy, and the energy around, just through the energy fields, the energy source, the energy connection, the energy force, just high winds everything through your body systems. It's incredible. It's amazing when you have that. That's what I'm saying. And don't forget, your voicing grids are very powerful too, because it's going through space continuum. You guys are all connection radio signals. That's what you are. Your radio signals from space continuum. Well, it's always on a continuous flow. It never really, it doesn't really, meditation, it helps you out in so many ways through the tranquility and the spirituality and everything through its serenity source, through its serenity circles. So, but it doesn't let you rest. It keeps you active all the time, because it goes through your behavioral systems through all chakra formations. And like I said, you understanding your 7 divisional lines of its chakra formation. Once you understand that, you understand its communication. So, well, everything is a frequency level. It's how you pertain yourself, how you see yourself. Where do you see yourself? Where am I going? You know? Everything in your life is a question. Now, you should be able to answer those questions. That's how you get your activation through your energy fields, through your energy cycles of its information. So yeah, there you go. Tricia says 3 things immediately to counter its negative. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. And you're going to see a major difference in 2 when it comes to your body and ego systems through its transformation and its manifestation. Everything through its vibration is going to change. You are going to change. Your community is going to change. Humanity is going to change. Everything through its solar connection, energy waving patterns, systematical energies, connection waving patterns will change. Okay? So, love, laugh, and dance. Yeah. Humor, laughing is a really good energy vibe. That high rises on so many different circuitry levels when you laugh. It brings up a huge, huge vibration. Yep. That's right. Yeah, because I don't resonate around that. It's very hard for me, especially with that vibrational level on that. It breaks up density, anything through its volumes, yeah. Circling through its rotation and its ring barriers, its voluming through its sonograms. So round and round. Zzz, it's like, it's like a vibrational signal. Sometimes the higher self connects with it, right? There are musical channels on YouTube channels that you can get through vibrations up through their higher self or the galactic higher self. And the galactic higher self and the higher self will connect with that because it's a vibration on their communication level. And that's why your energy cycles high rise. And that's why everything through your body system cleanses. So it's communication. You're communicating with the galactic higher self when you're doing volumes of musical instruments. It's fascinating stuff. It really is. But you got to be careful though, because every volume through its communication of its radio signal is a different vibration. Okay. The reason why I say that is because you could be communicating with another energy source through a vibration source of its force recognition, of an identity force. So that's why you have to understand yourself, master yourself, then master your higher self, then master your galactic self, and then master your vibration. So you know exactly what tone to use for its communication for the galactic higher self to listen to. Yeah. Because if you send the wrong information of sonogram of tones and musical tones, what happens, that communication line goes to its distortion and creates another realm. Okay. It's not a negative, but you're communicating to another energy source. So, yeah. Remember, it's okay to say no to protect your energy. In reference, you always protect your energies, Trisha. Those are positive energy grids through its electronic interference of its connection wires of all energy cycles and security systems. Everything has to be protected when you're in space. Because your life formations are always high winding on its force through its acceleration speeds. So, yeah, everybody's in the process of still shedding the programs. Yeah. But everything's going to change eventually through your vibrations. So, Use the track formations, yeah, to find your direction through location of radio signals, yeah. That's how we high wind our forces, through its connection of the galactic system. So I've given you a lot of information for you guys to work on, and keep doing what you're doing. Try to master those thoughts, the thinkings. Thinkings become doings, doings become knowings, and everything through its knowing become mastering. A couple more questions and I'm going to head out. I've got a lot going on today. So, and like I said, anything that you missed, you can watch back. You might have a question to their body and ego systems, how it pertains to everything that's going on right now through their transformation and manifestation. You resonate around your energy cycles through its all divisions of your connection, energy, waving heart patterns. Your kids will see that through your energy. Kids and children are very informative when it comes to energy. They don't know what it is, but they feel it. That's how they connect to so many things with its illumination of visualization, because they have their open frequencies. Because they don't have responsibilities. They just, they're just kids, right? And they're growing up and they're getting to know their systems for the very first time. So the best way to show your children is to show them how they can connect with themselves, show them positive things that they need to know about themselves. Be around positive people. Understand everything that's going on through its environments. Getting them in touch with their inner and outer souls. Okay. Now I'm talking when a kid or child gets the age of maybe 8 to 10 or 10 and up, then they'll start to understand what's going on through the mind and the brain. And they'll get a better idea of, what you're saying. And that's what you want. And when they get a little bit older, they can start meditating. Now, you don't know it, but like I said, everybody meditates. You just don't know you're meditating. As soon as you put your thoughts in there and you close your eyes, you're meditating. Okay? But for meditation to go forward, you have to understand everything through its systems and how everything connects through its communication of radio signals. And that's where it comes into mastery. So, but yeah, you can teach them the grammars, of behavioral systems and what goes on through its natures. Get them informed of what's going on with the galactic solar sun systems and its star systems and everything through its connection wires and atmospheres and its cloud formations of the galactic moon star systems. So, yeah. That's working with environments. Yeah. Get them used to understanding their safety mechanisms, understanding everything through its locations, their perceptions, and everything through its understanding of what's happening with its community, and if they're interested, they can meditate, show them what meditation does for them, giving them basic understanding how to use their breathing mechanisms, how they can cleanse their body. So, but yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do for your children. Yeah, I know. You can do that. Yep. Yeah, you can help them. Give them what you know so they can feel good about themselves. Because everything that you tell them through a positive will uprise their energy of its information through the communication, energetic waving, sacred universal heart, right? That's the communication highway right here. That's love of all love through its unconditional love of everything. So placed and safe. Yeah. Safety is number one. Yeah. And protection. Those are the most important. Exactly. So, but I think I'm going to tap out for now. And, I'll keep you informed of what's going on through the matrix and the grid system, through its activation codes and everything, through its energy fields, energy cycles, through its electronic interference and everything, through its connection of the mind and brain frequencies, how it opens up so many different centers, and how it accumulates through its communication of radio signals. So, this is Andrew Weston, resident in the matrix and the grid systems. Calling out. Adios.